today, while waiting and hearing once again the readings, the responsorial psalm, remember your mercy, Lord, hearing the first and the second reading, and now this parable of Jesus, sometimes I feel, what do I have to add to this? So many beautiful words, so many good things that we read in the Word of God, especially in the first lesson we heard, when the sinner renounces sin to become law-abiding and honest, he deserves to live. He has chosen to renounce all his previous sins. He shall certainly live. He shall not die. He is telling us exactly what is the meaning of sin, what is the meaning of evil, what is the meaning of renouncing to live by the law of God, killing yourself, renouncing your freedom, going to slavery. And then we have the beautiful words of the St. Paul's to the Philippians, which I feel were addressed to me personally and to each one of us here. And he said, be humble, respect each other, love each other, consider the other person to be better than yourself, so that nobody thinks of his own interest first, but everybody thinks of other people's interest. What a wise suggestion this is to all of us. And then the responsorial psalm that we sing together. Remember your mercy, Lord. A prayer coming from the heart to remember how God is merciful to all of us and asking his mercy. And then we had the story of these brothers, these two brothers. We all know those two brothers because they are part of us. We meet them in our family, we meet them at work, we meet them in society, we meet them everywhere. We know of people who say, even at our place of work, they tell the boss, yes, of course, we do this, we do this, we do this, and then they stay away and then do nothing. And we know how frustrated sometimes we feel of those people who behave like this. We have had several examples of siblings in the Bible. We have Cain and Abel, we have Martha and Mary, we have so many of them who behaved differently, and yet both of them are our symbols. We are both of them in our life. How often we say to God, no, we do. And then rethinking it, but I shouldn't say no to this call that God has made me. How often at Mass, on Sunday morning, we feel like staying at home. Why should I go to Mass today? What's so important? Why should I go? Why don't we stay here, nice coffee, relax? Why should I go out of my way to? And then I said, no, I think I should go. And we know that when we think about this, after we have done the will of God, after we accepted the invitation of God to do his will, we feel good. We feel at peace with ourselves. We say, yes, that was the right decision I have taken, and I'm glad I did it. Other times, we go to church, as we do, and we come here often. We hear a very good word, and you say, yes, how right it is, this word of God. And then the first incident that we find outside there, in the parking place, or anywhere, in the shopping center, or anywhere someone annoys us, all the anger comes up. And I say, well, I have just received the word of God, and I say, how beautiful it is. Now, where is my smile? Where is my forgiveness? Where is my compassion? These are the examples. And as example of this, a couple of weeks ago, we had the theme of the Word of God was about forgiveness. Those who were here will remember because it was a very important issue in our pilgrimage of faith here on earth, to forgive, to love, to be compassionate. And I made, because I feel very particular about it, because I truly believe that it is the main issue of our faith. And I was maybe particular stress on the commandment of forgiveness and of love that God, and especially Jesus Christ, when he came on earth, has given us. Well, one of our regular visitors could not make it on that day, and he went into our website. As you know, in our website, www.millenniumchapel.org, we put the Sunday homily there. So if you have a problem, you didn't understand something, or you want to hear it again, the Word of God, or the homily that I speak, you can switch in there and hear it again. This regular visitor to our 11:30 Mass, probably he is here at the moment, he could not make it on that Sunday, and he went into the website and he heard the homily on forgiveness. I think I mentioned the cow, I mentioned also the story of concentration camps at that time. Anyway, and he had a personal incident of his life, and I want you to share his experience, a very, very painful experience. I am doing this because he told me that I could do it, because you might recognize the people, the person, but he gave me permission to do it. I want to thank you for bringing hope back into my life this morning. My son went to jail yesterday. A year ago, he was driving drunk and hit a young boy, the same age, and the boy was in a coma for several months. Miraculously, my son did not even break one bone, even though he went through the windshield. The good Lord saved both their lives for a reason. I prayed for the other boy every day, and I prayed for his parents, as he was their only child. I prayed for him to open his eyes, and he did. I prayed for him to wake up from his coma, and he did. I prayed that his brain would function, and it does. I prayed that his tract could be removed so he could talk. It was finally removed last month, but he still cannot talk. His stomach tube was removed, but he still cannot eat solid food. I prayed for one thing at a time. I believe in miracles, and I know he is going to get better. That is my constant prayer. All along, I have concentrated on this boy and his family, and I want to mention at this time that they are a wonderful Christian family who holds no ill feelings for my son. We were truly blessed that we never had to endure the tortures that we could have felt from these people. I have neglected to be so fervent in my prayers for my son. Yesterday, I visited these people and asked them to pray for my son. They went to the hearing, and all they asked for was an apology and for my son to seek counseling. Whoever thinks there is no one left in the world who has compassion for their fellow man is wrong. These people have every right to be angry, but they are not. God bless them. They have been our gifts from God. Without their compassion, this whole ordeal would have been an unbearable cross to bear. God gives us many chances to take inventory of His grace toward us, but sometimes we only deal with present situations. He has always been there for me from the beginning. He spared my son, and I know he will get his through the next hurdle in prison. It may not be in our time, but He knows that. Pray for my son and for me. I know this will be his greatest test, and maybe now that he has plenty of time to think about how he has been blessed, he can ask God to bless him even more for his glory. Our gifts from God are so abundant and so free. We have to learn to accept them and do something about them and with them. Thank you for listening, and a grateful present. I think I don't have anything to add to this beautiful experience of love and compassion and of pain of two families that have managed to come out of this pain gradually, and it's not yet over. But I know that God is there healing their pain, and eventually they come out of it, as we should all pray for them to do.